Maybe you're facing some challenges with your wife that seem insurmountable. Maybe nothing you've tried has worked, but you haven't given up. Good man. You want to reignite the love, and I honor you today for not giving up. Being a husband, I truly believe, is the highest calling in life because it's the foundation for all of success for all of society. But marriage takes a very particular strength, skill set to build something that lasts throughout time. And when things get wonky, they get hard, and there are some very specific skills required to rebuild love when no one can feel it. You know, those times when neither of you feel loved, when fighting has taken over, when fight or flight has taken over, when when complaining is just drowning the two of you. And this is when it can feel like saving your marriage is absolutely impossible. But this is my favorite thing to do, to empower people in the hardest of times. The hardest of times is the greatest level of where you can grow. To guide people through your journey in order to rebuild trust, reignite love when no one can feel it. Hey, I'm Jeannie Goodwin. I'm a relationship coach, a best-selling author, and a certified high-performance coach. And these are the skill sets I had to learn in order to save my own marriage. One of the biggest mistakes men make that actually destroy your marriage. And I guarantee you, you don't know you're making this, because if you knew you were making this mistake, you wouldn't make it. But this particular mistake is one of the massive reasons why women actually pull away from the men that they love and feel hopeless with them. I'm going to give you a couple of very practical things today that your woman needs from you in order to feel loved. And again, it's not what you think it is, or you wouldn't be here. This is what she's waiting for you to do for her that you don't know how to do, and she doesn't know how to tell you. You see, when your wife has given up, when she's pulling away from you, when she doesn't want to work on it with you, when she doesn't want sex with you, when she blames you for all the problems or she threatens divorce, this is actually symptoms of a completely different problem. This is when I need you to understand the single most important thing that you have to know is how to rebuild the feeling of love and passion and trust all by yourself. Don't waste any of your time wondering where the love went. Just rebuild it. It's about the steps. It's about the rebuilding process. It's not about go think about it and talk about it. You need to actually rebuild using actionable, practical steps that have been proven that they rebuild the feeling of love, the passion, and the trust in her when neither of you can feel it anymore. And again, this is a skill set, and this particular skill set is going to require your courage and your strength. Out of all the men I've worked with in decades of doing this work, they all say the same thing when they hit problems with their wife. They say, Jeannie, I do not understand her. You do not understand her, because women actually don't make sense to men. So here's what happens. Instead of trying to understand her, a man who loves his woman will focus on whatever problem she brings up in the moment and try to fix that, preferably as fast as possible. You know, I don't need to understand her. Let's just fix this problem. Let's just get that done. Does that sound accurate to you? Does that sound like how you process your relationship with your woman? When you're in a battle for your marriage, you're maybe thinking things like, oh man, I am not enough, or nothing works with this woman, or she doesn't love me anymore and there's nothing I can do, it's too late, or I've made too many mistakes. Maybe I just don't deserve this woman. Maybe she's broken and nothing will work unless she changes, or maybe I'm broken and it's just not worth it. I need you to recognize those are lies. Those are dangerous lies designed to destroy your courage, to discourage you, no more courage, from stepping up to be the man that you were made to be, the husband you were made to be, the man she needs when things get really rough. And when you're listening to these lies, it will make you focus on all the setbacks, all the things you've tried that have not worked, all the mistakes you've made, all the hurt you've done to her or felt from her. Or maybe you're just ashamed of something that you've done. Maybe it's none of that and you just feel invisible in your own home. Maybe you're experiencing roommates, no passion anymore, you just live together. Or maybe there's a lot of disrespect or dislike, or you always are wrong and nothing you do is enough. You're not enough. All of these thought processes will lead you to exhaustion, discouragement, making you tired of even trying and ready to give up. But in your heart of hearts, you still love her and you do not want to lose her, or you wouldn't be watching me right now. I know that you still love her. And I am absolutely thrilled that you're here. The first thing I want you to understand when you're dealing with these level of mistakes is love is not a feeling that comes and goes based on circumstances. Love is a force that can be felt. And it is the most powerful force in all of creation because it's the one thing none of us can live without. And this force of love is released in very specific actions of giving the best of yourself to serve what she needs. What that means is your love cannot be replaced by giving her things like flowers or chocolates or presents or even a paycheck. A paycheck cannot replace your love. You cannot buy her love. You cannot manipulate her into love. And if you're expecting me to teach you that, no, you can just click and get off right now. But this force of love that I'm talking about cannot and does not and never will die. Unfortunately, it can be covered over with lots and lots of garbage so no one can feel it anymore. But it never actually dies. If you had the skill sets, like my job is to come along and dust off all the garbage, all the hurt, all the lies, all the anger, all the selfishness, all the bitterness, all the rejection, all the jealousy, all the ignoring, all the grudges and the judgments and the unforgiveness. And as soon as I dust off all that garbage on the love that's still there, it is stronger than ever before. Love truly never dies. And these are the skill sets that I'm talking about. This force that I'm talking about, if you have the courage to step into it and unleash it into your marriage when no one feels it, oh, this changes everything. And it rebuilds your relationship from the ground up, even if she's given up. And it can change the entire legacy of your entire family for generations. Now, one of the biggest mistakes men make when they're trying to fix things in their marriage is fixing. I always call fixing the F word of relationships because no one wants to be fixed. But what a man will do, a man who loves his woman, is he'll try to fix as quickly as possible whatever problem she brings up in the moment. He will not try to make her feel loved no matter what she's going through. And when he tries to fix whatever problem she brings up in the moment as fast as possible, or simply walk away when he can't, she ends up feeling like she is the problem, like he does not love her. Can you see? Love is actually missing for her when you try to fix everything she says as fast as possible. What she needs is to feel your love no matter what she's going through. And What makes a woman feel loved, there's actually 3 things, I'll share one with you today, is being understood. Being understood. Remember I told you earlier the greatest thing men tell me is, I do not understand this woman. But feeling understood actually makes a woman feel loved. So really quickly, when she brings a problem up to you and you don't understand her and you're tempted to fix the problem she brought up, say something instead like, Babe, I understand you're really upset right now. Man, I understand this is really important to you. I understand this is a real problem for you. Do you need anything from me right now? Oh, this makes a woman feel understood and loved no matter what she's going through. She actually doesn't need you to fix all of her problems. She needs to feel your love when she's going through them. And this is a massive love skill set that rebuilds love from the ground up, rebuilds trust from the ground up, and makes her passionate about you because of the way you showed up for her when she's having a problem. Hard times, well, they just mean it's time to step up. Your future, filled with love and happiness, must be continually built.